So in this video we will learn how to draw the line segment with the given one endpoint and the given slope. Now example 1. So it's given draw the line segment with one endpoint at the origin. So one endpoint is at the origin and the slope is given as 2/3. So in this we first mark the origin as one endpoint and the slope is given 2/3. So the formula for the slope is rise over run. So if we compare these two, so from here you can see that the rise is 2 and the run, the denominator terms, so it is 3. So both are positive. So whenever rise is positive, that means we have to count 2 units upwards, and the run is positive, so we count 3 units towards right. Now how do we take the other endpoint? So this is one endpoint which is given, and the other endpoint when we measure here, so 2 units from the origin and it is in upward direction. So 1 and 2. So we stop here and then it says from there we have to take 3 units towards right. So 1, 2 and 3. So we stop here. So this point, the end point here, now is the end point of the line segment. So we mark it as A and join these two. So this is the line segment with the slope 2/3. Now example 2. So draw the line segment again with one end point is at the origin and the slope is -4/3. So here, since it is origin is one end point, so we mark the end point as origin and slope is -4/3. So which is, we know, rise over run. So from here we take the rise is -4 and the run is 3. Since the rise is -4, that means we'll count 4 units downward and run is positive, so where we were ending, so from there we'll count 3 units towards right. So we start measuring it. So first 4 units down, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then where we stop, from there we'll mark 3 units towards right. So 1, 2, 3. So we end this. So this is the one end point. Other end point we can mark as B and then we join it. So this is the line segment with the slope -4/3. Also we could have done this question by taking the slope -4/3 as 4/-3. Now in this case we see that how much if we compare it with the formula of slope. So it is rise over run. So how much is the rise we take here? So if we compare, so it's 4 and the run is -3. So since it is positive here, so we take upward and here it is negative. The run is negative, so we take 3 units towards left. Now how do we count this one? So first we count 4 units upward from origin. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then 3 units towards left. So where we ended, so 1, 2 and 3. So this is some point I'm marking it as C. Now if we join OC, so we can see that this OC segment also has the slope -4/3 and OB also has the slope -4/3. So whichever we mark, whichever segment we draw, both will be considered correct. Now we take example 3. In this it says draw the line segment with one end point at 0, -2 and the slope is 0. So now this part we have to remember, whenever the slope is 0, so we will draw horizontal line. And where we should draw horizontal line? So this will be according to the point which is given. So 0 minus 2, so 0 minus 2 we mark here, and since it says segment, so we can just draw the segment whichever direction you want to draw, but it should be a horizontal one. So this is one of the, we can mark it as AB, and if you want you can extend it little more on the right side, or you can also draw it only towards left and extend it as much as you want, and then mark the end point and take it as something like C. So now we take this AB. So this AB is the line segment with one end point at 0 minus 2 and having the slope 0. Now the next example, so draw the line segment with one end point at 4, 0. Now we'll take this point 4, 0 here, and the question says the slope is undefined. So whenever the slope is undefined, so it should be a vertical line. So vertical line, now where we should draw the vertical line? Since this point is given, so we highlight this point, and since the question says line segment, so we'll just draw a line segment in whichever direction you want to draw. So if we draw it upwards or downwards, it's up to you. So we can draw it this way. So this is the line segment. We can mark the points as M and N, or if it is required we can also extend it as much as we want, and this will be now the downward segment. So it's up to you to decide whichever way you draw it, both will be considered correct. So now we have taken it MN as the line segment with one endpoint at 4, 0 and having the slope undefined. Now try these questions. So again the one endpoint is at the origin and these are the parts with given slopes. So you can just try this, pause the video and then check your answers in the next slide. Check the answers here and thank you.